Aparna Tandon is from International Center for the Study of the Preservation and Restoration of Cultural Property. She joins us now from Ammu, India. Good to have you on the program with us. I'm wondering, once these historical sites are rebuilt, do you think they still maintain the same level of authenticity that they had before?
Yes, but first of all, I would like to say that authenticity is a relative term, and it's more the spirit in which the heritage is valued, or the different types of ways in which people think that that heritage is important. That has to be maintained, and that is always maintained with the help of local people, as well as the wider communities that are associated with that heritage. So I would say authenticity is a relative term. And anyhow, irrespective of that, all restoration efforts, if they are good and are backed by scientific documentation, then they seek to, maintain that sense of authenticity. But as I said, it's a very relative term, and it differs from place to place, people to people, and heritage to heritage.
Yeah, it
I hope
certainly
that answers.
it certainly is. I remember when I was living in Beijing, going to some restored sections of the Great Wall of China and seeing they had knights jousting, and there certainly wasn't much level of authenticity there. But I'm also wondering, we have the ability to recreate many of these sites with virtual reality. Do you think it's worth doing large-scale restorations when we can do things virtually?
Well, it relates to your first question, which you asked me, the sense of authenticity or the sense of place. So, what makes Istanbul special is its, are its ambiance, its monuments, the way people live around that space, how they interact with it. So, definitely, it is worth doing all this restoration, because let's not forget that heritage has a very key role to play, not only in improving, lives, but also it has it gives the people a sense of identity. It gives them a sense of personal integrity, as well as over the years, it gives people that sense of place, that they belong to a place, that sense of belonging, as well as providing livelihoods, revenue through tourism. So it's all very interconnected, and I think it's not about allocating resources to restoration. It should be more about making heritage safe, and first of all, trying to prevent that loss or damage in first place. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that should be our. Yes.
Absolutely. But I'm thinking about in cases of war, Syria, for example, many historical sites have been lost, and it is so tragic, but also so have people's homes and, villages and towns. How should decisions be made on what to restore and what not to?
That's a very good question. And I think all such decisions should involve the people who have been directly affected. And the experts' view should, I think, take a second seat in this, or take a back seat in such discussions. And what the local people, or the people who have been directly affected by war and such tragedies or such crises, should be, considered, and what they value as heritage. Perhaps the discussions should begin from that, and then thereafter, other considerations can be taken into can be implemented upon.
And I'm thinking about the fire at the Notre Dame Cathedral several years ago,
Right.
and there was a lot of pushback over all the donations that were made for the restoration of Notre Dame. People saying the money could have been allocated for other uses. What can be done to better help the public understand why it's important to protect historical sites and why they need to be preserved?
Well, there are two aspects to it. One is that if you ask the locals, and if you ask Parisians whether to, restore Notre Dame or not, the answer would be overwhelmingly yes, because it's part of their city and their cityscape. And the other aspect is about resources and how do we, manage competing demands. Well, the best answer to that is to engage with the people as much as possible and to multiply the benefits and to make sure that such projects also include, considerations for livelihoods for the local communities, promote arts or crafts, and are also used to spread the benefit, a bit further than just focusing on, aesthetic restorations, but they should also have a welfare component to them and a decided welfare component to them.
All right, we're going to leave it there for now. Aparna Tandon, thank you so much.